Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Unlock Your Learning. In this video, we are going to solve ICSE Mathematics Class 8 Chapter 29B question number 1. Right? It says represent the following distribution of ages in years of 35 teachers in a school by means of histogram. So here now we have to use histogram to represent this data, as you can see. Right? So how are we going to make it? First of all, what is a histogram? Histogram is just used to make and represent data that is grouped into different class intervals. As you can see, we have studied previously in the previous chapter in the data handling and all that about class intervals. You can see 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45 and 45 to 50. So we have grouped the data into class intervals and we have studied about them, right? And this data is represented with the help of a histogram, right? It is just like a bar graph. However, the difference is that on the x-axis, instead of any quantity, we put the class intervals, and on the y-axis their frequency. So here this is your class interval, that is the age in years, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40 and so on, and number of teachers 12, 11, 8, 1, 3. It's your frequency, right? So the process of making it is pretty simple, right? Same thing, you'll begin with by taking your ruler, okay, and here you will be marking an x-axis and a y-axis, right? See it like this, right? Okay, I'll be marking, first of all I'll be making a y-axis, right? Okay, you can see this is my y-axis, right? Fine. Okay, this is the y-axis, and then around it we'll be making the x-axis also the similar way, right? Look, now this is here. From here I'll go in my right side like this, 90 degrees, right? And that will be my x-axis. Fine, right? So we have made the y-axis and the x-axis, right? And this here, it will be 0, as we are all aware, right? The first value is 0, right? And now you have to mark, right? And you also have to be very careful, and you have to choose the scale of each of the axes, right? In a histogram, it is not necessary that the scale of the x-axis is the same as the scale of the y-axis. It can be different, right? So you can see on the y-axis, if I will be representing the number of teachers, which I'll write it here, number of teachers, right? This will be represented on the y-axis, right? And here we will be representing the age of the teachers, yes, in years, yes, fine. So you can see now, if I take 1 centimeter, right, I can easily represent the number of teachers, yes. If I take 1 centimeter equal to 1 year, like this, yes. So can I go till 11, 12? Yes, I can. Okay, 1, then we will have 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then you'll be having 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? Just one more for extra convenience. So I have made the number of teachers till 13 on the y-axis. What scale is it, right? What is the scale we are following? Scale is 1 centimeter equals to, you can see it is the number of teachers, so 1 centimeter represents 1 teacher. But where? On the y-axis, on y-axis. Fine. You have to be very particular about what thing you are representing on which axis, right? I am representing 1 centimeter is representing 1 teacher, but it is on the y-axis, so that's why I have written y-axis. For x-axis, I'll have a different scale, right? Look, now on x-axis we have to represent the class intervals, yes. Can I say that here we will begin with 25 and then I'll have 30 here, yes or no? Yes, and then I'll have 35 and then 40. So can you see, with 1 centimeter increase, okay, 1 centimeter if I go ahead, then 5 years in age it is increasing, 40, 45, 50. Fine. Okay, if you want you can make one extra, right, for your convenience. 55. Fine. Okay, so 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, this is the scale. But one thing you should be very careful, that when you write the scale, you have to mention what are you representing now on x-axis. So 1 centimeter represents 5 years on x-axis. And now you can see that my x-axis value, that is 25, the first value, it is not beginning just after 0, right? Because if you see it like this, right, try to see it in some other way, right? Suppose this is the this is my graph, right? And if I have it like this, yes, something like this, right? This is y-axis, this is your x-axis, yes. Now try to see it like this, right? Here this is my 0, right, and we are beginning with 25. Let's say if I have a 25 here, so 5 intervals are still there in between, 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, and then 25 will come, yes. But this much part we have not mentioned in our graph, we have skipped it, okay, we've written it up. So you can see it is not beginning with the correct value, it should begin with 5 actually, because 0 to 5, then 5 to 10, and so on. But we have skipped it because it will be pretty impractical if I make it all the way till there, right? Okay, that is not advised, right? You can make it shorter. So if in such case you can see that your x-axis does not start with the origin, you will make a kink, a zigzag line. This represents that we have made a break here, right? And then we have begun. Okay, now from here you can make your bars, rectangular bars, according to their frequency, right? So 25 to 30, the frequency is 12, right? With the help of the ruler, you'll take the ruler and you'll keep it on 25 to 30 like this, you'll go up to 12 here. Same thing here also, right? Okay, this thing, fine, and you can just join it here, fine. So this is 25 to 30 and you can see that it is coming at 12. Then you have 30 to 35 and its frequency is 11. So 30 to 35, 30 is already made, I'll make it for 35 till 11, yes, like this. You just have to join the bars, that's all. 11, right? And you can make a line here like this, fine. Now you have 35 to 40, the frequency is 8. 35 to 40, 8, that means till here, yes, make it, right? So this will all be in the form of rectangular bars, right? And that's why you have to be very careful. If you make any mistake, then your whole histogram will become wrong, like that. Then 40 to 45, the frequency is only 1, so I'll just have to make a square like this and then right here like this, fine. Okay, and then 45 to 50, you have 3 as the frequency. Okay, so on the histogram, the whole data, it is represented in the form of rectangular bars, right? Okay, so till 3 I'll join it here, and then here I'll have to make it like this, and then once again line number bar will be completed, fine. You can see it like that, right? If you want to make it beautiful, you can just underline it, shade it, or whatever things that make it attractive, right? Color it or whatever it is, right? It's up to you, but this is the basic way of making a histogram, right? That you make the axis, okay, on the x-axis you represent the class intervals of the given data, on the y-axis you represent the frequency, that is here the number of teachers. Then you write down the scales, right? 1 centimeter 1 teacher on y-axis, 1 centimeter 5 years on x-axis, right? Then if you are not starting from the origin, you are not beginning from the 0 point, right? You are skipping some class intervals on the x-axis, and you make a kink, a broken line or a zigzag line to indicate the break there, fine. And then according to the frequencies you will make the bars according to that much height. If it is 12, then you can see you have made it till 12, same for 11, and so on, and your histogram is made. All right. And friends, this is all for today. If you are new to my YouTube channel, do not forget to subscribe and leave a like in this one. Till then, take good care of yourselves and bye bye.